Hi, in this video I will comment on the woman Surah. All people will observe your Lord, one who created you from one being and created from its mate, then separate from the many, too many man and woman. You shall regard God by whom you swear, and regard the parents. God is watching over you. So this is the verse, and interestingly, this verse is later. Uh, This verse is preparing us for the rules about the orphans. You shall hand over to the orphans their rightful properties. Do not substitute the bad for the good, and do not consume their properties by combining them with yours. This will be a gross injustice. And being orphan is possible and not impossible, and still possible. So we know this. And there are currently rules and regulations, but those rules and regulations can still be um, tricked. It's not very certain, and they cannot know it maybe. And if you deem it best for the orphans, you may marry their mothers. You may marry two, three, or four. If you fear lest you become unfair, then you shall be content with only one, or with what you already have. Additionally, you are thus more likely to avoid financial hardship. You shall give the woman their due dowries equitably. If they willingly forfeit anything, then you may accept it. It's rightfully yours. So we see that. So considering first verse, second verse, and fifth verse, this actually talking about orphans. It is not like preparing. The main goal is not like preparing backgrounds for polygamy. It's, there's a ground for polygamy, but it's to protect the orphans. It's not like for pleasure. It's not like as a lifestyle. And there are rules here. And do not give immature orphans the properties that God has entrusted with you as guardians. You shall provide for them therefrom, and clothe them, and treat them and kindly. You shall test orphans when they reach puberty. As soon as you find them mature enough, give them their property. Do not consume it extravagantly in a hurry before they grow up. The rich guardian shall not charge any wage, but the poor guardian may charge equitably. When you give them their properties, you shall have witnesses. God suffices as a recorder. So it's important thing here. So the rule is, as soon as you find them mature enough, give them their property. So here, if you are a bad intended person, you may think that, okay, what if I finish the money before they grow up? So it's like some sort of exploit. And then later we see the rule: do not consume it extravagantly in a hurry before they grow up. And the rich later, they cannot charge them like extravagantly. The rich guardian shall not charge any wage, but the poor guardian may charge equitably. When you give them their properties, you shall have witnesses. God suffices as a recorder. So we see that, and also later it mentions the share woman's inheritance. Um, for the balance and for the social, these verses are quite about the social justice, and it is important. And even modern law cannot catch this, because I don't think that the orphans are treated well, and they can be as successful as others. So and yeah, so that's why it's important to properly follow the universal laws of God. And I'm not saying the current law, modern law, doesn't mention this, but but yeah, it's changed. And so the most important thing is, so the guardians should be good person, and they should be believers, so that they will give them their rights, and they should be afraid. They should afraid of God, because the without those inner mechanisms, you cannot stop them. So the guardians can manipulate them. So Anyway, that's all I want to mention in this video, and thanks for watching this video and hope to see you in the next video.